You're too simple for these events, Emma. What will my colleagues think? Marcus's words hit me like a slap across the face as I stood in our bedroom, the navy blue dress I'd bought specially for his promotion party still in my hands. What do you mean too simple? I asked, though I already knew. After 15 years of marriage, I had become fluent in Marcus's particular brand of criticism. He sighed, adjusting his designer tie in the mirror. Look, you work as a night cleaner. My colleagues' wives are lawyers, doctors, executives. I can't have you there talking about mops and vacuum cleaners. This promotion is too important. I carefully laid the dress on our bed, smoothing out invisible wrinkles. The price tag was still attached. 3 months of careful saving from my cleaning job at his company's office building. I thought you'd be proud to have your wife there supporting you. Marcus turned, his expression a mixture of condescension and impatience. Support me by staying home. I'll tell everyone you're sick. He checked his Rolex, another recent purchase, as he climbed the corporate ladder. I need to go. Don't wait up. The front door closed with a decisive click, leaving me alone with a dress I'd never wear and the bitter taste of humiliation. I sank onto the bed, my fingers tracing the delicate beading I thought would help me fit in with Marcus's crowd. 15 years. 15 years of supporting him through night school, taking on extra cleaning shifts to help pay for his MBA, ironing his shirts just the way he liked them. When had I become something to be ashamed of? The apartment felt suffocating. I grabbed my keys and work uniform. Might as well head to work early. The familiar routine of preparing the cleaning cart would help clear my head. The office building was quiet at this hour, most employees having left for the day. A few stragglers remained, burning the midnight oil. I nodded politely as I passed, invisible as always in my gray uniform. As I worked my way through the executive floor, I could hear music and laughter from the conference room where Marcus' promotion party was being held. Through the glass walls, I caught glimpses of elegant women in designer dresses, men in expensive suits. Marcus was in his element, champagne glass in hand, laughing at something the CEO had said. I quickly turned away, focusing on emptying trash bins and wiping down surfaces. This was my world now, the quiet hours when the important people had gone home. Excuse me? A gentle voice made me jump. I turned to find Patricia Moore, the CEO's wife, watching me with kind eyes. I'm so sorry to startle you. I was just looking for a restroom. Of course, Mrs. Moore. It's right down that hallway, second door on the left. I gestured with my cleaning cloth. She smiled warmly. Please call me Patricia. And you must be Emma, right? Marcus's wife? My heart stopped. How did she know? Had Marcus mentioned me after all? I recognize you from the photo on his desk, she explained. Though I must say, I'm surprised to see you here working instead of at his party. He's been talking about this promotion for weeks. I fumbled for words, heat rising in my cheeks. I wasn't feeling well. I managed, parodying Marcus's planned excuse. Patricia's expression shifted subtly. I see, she said, in a tone that suggested she saw far more than I was comfortable with. Well, I should let you get back to work. Though, she paused, reaching into her purse. Here's my card. Call me tomorrow morning, would you? I'd love to discuss something with you. Before I could respond, she was gone, leaving me holding an elegant business card and a growing sense of confusion. What could the CEO's wife possibly want to discuss with a night cleaner? The rest of my shift passed in a blur. When I got home around 3 a.m., Marcus was already asleep, his tuxedo carelessly thrown over a chair. I carefully hung it up. Old habits die hard. Before slipping into bed, Patricia's card tucked safely in my wallet. At midnight the next day, just as I was preparing for another shift, my phone rang. The number was unfamiliar. Mrs. Emma Thompson, a deep voice asked. This is Robert Moore, CEO of Moore Enterprises. I apologize for the late call, but I was hoping we could discuss something rather important about your future with our company. I gripped the phone tighter, my mind racing. What had I done wrong? Was I about to lose my cleaning job too? Of course, Mr. Moore, I managed to say, trying to keep my voice steady. Excellent. My wife, Patricia, spoke very highly of you, and after reviewing your night school transcripts and certification in business administration, which you very modestly never mentioned, I believe we have a position that would be perfect for you. Night school. The classes I've been taking quietly over the past 5 years, paid for with extra cleaning shifts, while Marcus worked late. Classes I'd never mentioned because he was too busy climbing his own ladder to notice mine. What position? I asked, barely breathing. Operations manager for our new sustainable practices division. Patricia tells me you've implemented several cost-saving efficiency measures in the cleaning department that have reduced our environmental impact significantly. That's exactly the kind of innovative thinking we need. I sat down hard on the edge of the bed, my legs suddenly weak. The recycling program, the eco-friendly cleaning solutions, the water conservation methods, all my little projects I'd worked on between cleaning floors and emptying trash bins. The salary is, of course, substantially more than your current position. Mr. Moore continued. We can discuss details tomorrow in my office, say 9 a.m. Yes, I heard myself say. Thank you, Mr. Moore. I'll be there. As I hung up, I noticed a text from Marcus. Working late again. Don't wait up. I smiled, thinking of his face when he discovered his simple wife would now be a fellow executive. Sometimes the best revenge isn't confrontation, it's quiet competence finally being recognized. I arrived at Moore Enterprises the next morning wearing my navy blue dress, the one Marcus had deemed too simple for his party. My hands trembled slightly as I pressed the executive floor button, a stark contrast to my usual nighttime cleaning rounds. Patricia was waiting by the elevator. Emma, right on time, she said with a smile, extending her hand. Robert is looking forward to discussing your ideas about expanding the sustainability program company-wide. As we walked toward the CEO's office, we passed Marcus's new corner office. Through the glass walls, I saw him arranging his desk, probably practicing important executive poses. He didn't look up. The meeting with Mr. Moore exceeded every expectation. The position wasn't just a title. It came with real responsibility, a corner office of my own, and a salary that made my cleaning wages look like pocket change. As I signed the employment contract, Patricia squeezed my shoulder supportively. One more thing, Mr. Moore said, checking his watch. We're announcing several organizational changes at this morning's executive meeting. I'd like you to attend. My stomach flipped. This morning. In about, he glanced at his watch again. 10 minutes. Patricia will show you to the conference room. The executive conference room was already filling up when we arrived. I took a seat near the back, watching as Marcus strode in, head high, claiming a spot near the front. He still hadn't noticed me. Mr. Moore called the meeting to order. Before we begin, I'd like to announce some exciting changes to our leadership team. Marcus sat up straighter, probably expecting more accolades for his promotion. First, I'm pleased to introduce our new operations manager for sustainable practices, who will be spearheading our company-wide environmental initiative. I held my breath. Please welcome Emma Thompson. The room burst into polite applause as I stood. Marcus's head whipped around so fast I thought he might hurt himself. His face cycled through confusion, disbelief, and finally, dawning horror. Emma brings years of hands-on experience with our operations, Mr. Moore continued, along with innovative ideas that have already saved the company significant resources. She'll be working directly with our executive team to implement sustainable practices across all departments. Marcus's face had gone from red to white to slightly green. I smiled pleasantly, making eye contact for the first time. Thank you, Mr. Moore. I'm looking forward to working with everyone. The meeting continued, but Marcus seemed to have trouble focusing. He kept shooting glances in my direction, his pen tapping nervously against his notepad. Afterward, as people filed out, he cornered me by the water cooler. What is this? He hissed. What did you do? I accepted a job offer, I replied calmly, filling my water glass. Congratulations again on your promotion, by the way. Sorry I missed the party, I was working. But you're a cleaner. Was a cleaner, I corrected. Now I'm operations manager for sustainable practices. You should read my proposal on eco-friendly waste management. It's quite fascinating. Before he could respond, Patricia appeared at my elbow. Emma, dear, ready for lunch? We have reservations at La Maison. Marcus's jaw dropped further. La Maison was his aspirational business lunch spot, the one he'd been trying to get reservations at for months. Of course, I said, smiling. Marcus, you'll excuse us. Important business to discuss. I left him standing there, still clutching his notepad like a shield. That evening, I arrived home to find Marcus waiting, his perfectly styled hair now slightly disheveled. How long? He demanded as soon as I walked in. How long have you been planning this? Planning what? I set my briefcase down, my new briefcase, purchased during a lovely shopping trip with Patricia after lunch. Getting an education. Working hard? Being recognized for my capabilities? Unlike some people, I don't need to plan ways to exclude my spouse from my success. He had the grace to look slightly ashamed but pressed on. You should have told me about the night school. Like you told me about uninviting me to your party? I countered. Or was I supposed to bring it up during one of your many late nights at the office? That's different, he protested. I was building my career. And what exactly do you think I was doing? I walked to our bedroom and began changing out of my work clothes. The difference is, I didn't build my career by stepping on others or hiding my spouse away like a shameful secret. I never, he started, then stopped. I was trying to protect you. No, I turned to face him. You were trying to protect yourself, your image, your ego. Well, congratulations. Now you can proudly tell your colleagues that your wife is an executive. Isn't that what you always wanted? The irony seemed to hit him then, and he sank onto the bed. Emma, I'm sorry. I never meant. Never meant what? To make me feel small. To dismiss everything I've worked for. To treat me like an embarrassment. I pulled out my night school diplomas from the drawer where I kept them hidden. I did this while cleaning offices at night, while you were at your business dinners and networking events. I did this despite you, not because of you. He reached for the diplomas, but I pulled him back. I have a meeting early tomorrow. I should get some sleep. Emma, please. Good night, Marcus. Don't wait up. As I turned out the light, I could almost hear the sound of his perfectly constructed world crumbling around him. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just success. It's success they never saw coming. The next few weeks at Moore Enterprises were filled with awkward encounters. Marcus seemed to have developed a supernatural ability to sense my presence, always finding urgent meetings to attend whenever I entered a room. His confidence, once bordering on arrogance, had deflated like a punctured balloon. My days, on the other hand, were filled with meetings, presentations, and meaningful work. Patricia became more than just a mentor. She became a friend, showing me the ropes of corporate leadership without ever making me feel like the former cleaner I once was. You know, she said one afternoon over coffee, Robert and I watched you for months. The way you implemented those cost-saving measures, how you managed the cleaning staff. We knew you were executive material long before Marcus's little party incident. I stirred my coffee thoughtfully. I still can't believe you recognized me from his desk photo. He took that down years ago. Patricia's eyes twinkled. Oh, he did. But I make it my business to know everyone in this company, especially the ones making real changes while others are just making noise. One evening, as I was preparing a presentation for the board, Marcus appeared in my office doorway. He looked different, humbled, maybe even a little lost. Can we talk? He asked quietly. I gestured to the visitor's chair, the same type of expensive leather seat he had been so proud to get for his office. He sat, fidgeting with his tie. I found these, he said, pulling out a stack of papers, my old cleaning schedules marked with notes about efficiency improvements and cost-saving ideas. They were mixed in with my files. I never really looked at them before. You never really looked at a lot of things, Marcus. He winced. I know. I was so focused on climbing the ladder, on impressing everyone, that I didn't see what was right in front of me. He paused, struggling with words that clearly didn't come easily. You were never simple, Emma. I was the simple one. I set down my pen, studying the man I married 15 years ago. He looked older now, the weight of his mistakes evident in the lines around his eyes. Do you remember why I started cleaning at night? I asked. He shook his head. Because you said we needed extra money for your MBA. I took the job so you could focus on your studies. Then I kept it because I saw an opportunity to learn, to make things better, even if it was just creating more efficient cleaning routes or introducing environmentally friendly products. While I was showing off at parties and chasing promotions, he added quietly, yes, I didn't soften the blow. He needed to hear this. You became so obsessed with appearances that you forgot what really matters. Success isn't about who you impress at parties, Marcus. It's about the value you bring, the changes you make, the people you lift up instead of push down. He was quiet for a long moment. I've been offered a transfer, he finally said, to the Boston office. I think maybe I should take it. I felt an unexpected pang in my chest. Despite everything, 15 years of marriage doesn't just evaporate. Is that what you want? I think it's what we need, he replied. You've built something amazing here, Emma. You deserve to shine without me casting shadows. 2 months later, I helped Marcus pack the last of his things. Our divorce was amicable, perhaps the first truly honest thing we'd done together in years. As he loaded the final box into his car, he turned to me. I got an invitation to the annual corporate gala, he said. I'm not going, but you should wear that blue dress. It was never simple. I was just too blind to see its elegance. I did wear the blue dress to the gala. Patricia insisted on accessorizing it with some borrowed jewelry that probably cost more than my old yearly cleaning salary. As I stood at the podium, accepting an award for the company's new sustainable practices program, I caught my reflection in the glass. I saw a woman who had built herself from the ground up, who had turned late nights and hidden dreams into something remarkable. The cleaning cart had been my first office, the empty halls my first boardroom, and every criticism and dismissal just another lesson in determination. After the gala, Patricia handed me an envelope. The Boston office needs help with their environmental program, she said with a meaningful look. Robert thinks you're the perfect person to oversee the expansion. I opened the envelope to find a proposal for a nationwide sustainability initiative, with me as the director. My eyes widened at the scope and the salary. What do you think? She asked, ready to show them how it's done. I smiled, thinking of Marcus in Boston, probably still learning the hard way that true success isn't about appearances. You know what? Let their current cleaning staff make proposals first. Sometimes the best ideas come from the people others overlook. Patricia laughed. And that's exactly why you're perfect for this job. As I drove home that night, I passed the office building where I used to clean. The night crew was arriving, badges and keys jangling, ready to do the invisible work that kept everything running. I thought about stopping, about telling them to keep dreaming, keep learning, keep proving everyone wrong. But I didn't need to. They would find their own paths, just as I had found mine. Success doesn't need an audience or approval. Sometimes it just needs a push broom, a dream, and the courage to keep going when others tell you to stay small. I parked in my usual spot, next to the shiny executive sign with my name on it, and smiled. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just proving them wrong, it's becoming so right that they can't help but see their own mistakes.